the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, Let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested.
When we look at the realm of nature, we see an astonishingly rich variety of living things, plants, animals, and microorganisms. And underlying all this great diversity, we see a harmony whose pursuit is the delight of the biologist. We have a great variety of plants in here. This plant is called aloe. It's a green plant from South Africa. And this little plant here is called Gasteria. It's also from South Africa, and both plants are members of the lily family, but they're in different genera, Gasteria and aloe. By taking pollen from the flowers of this plant and putting it on the stigma of this aloe, it's been possible to produce a crossbreed, a hybrid. This is the plant. The hybrid shows some of the characteristics of each parent. If we were crossbreeding animals instead of plants, we should find some kinds of animals which would crossbreed more or less readily, and which would produce perfectly fertile, viable, and normal offspring, probably with some characteristics of each parent. In other cases, as in the horse and donkey, we produce a mule which would be sterile. You have every intermediate stage, some kinds of hybrids which are only partly fertile. And of course, needless to say, there are lots of kinds of animals which simply cannot be crossbred at all. If we think in evolutionary terms, we can explain this phenomenon quite easily. If we think in evolutionary terms, we see life as gradually changing, life forms spreading out and diverging more and more from a common ancestor. If they've diverged very far, it's impossible to cross them. If they've diverged less distance, then they may be able to produce an infertile offspring, and if they're still relatively close in time from their ancestor, then they will produce perfectly viable, fertile, and normal offspring. So, underlying what we see in nature is this principle which Charles Darwin explained in 1859, and that theory of evolution is as basic to modern biological thinking as the theory of universal gravitation proposed by Newton, Dalton's atomic theory, which made chemistry so understandable, and Hutton and Lyell's uniformitarianism, which underlies all thinking on geology. In fact, it would be difficult to imagine modern biology without a pattern of evolutionary thinking.